What is up, everybody? It's Hollow Jedi here, and I played 12 hours of Nightreign, and I have some thoughts on it. So first, let's get started with the good aspects. The variety in characters was very impressive. I liked that you weren't locked into just one or two classes or playstyles. Having 4 classes made things more balanced, catering to different preferences, whether it was using magic, being more agile, being a strength build, or having an overall quality build. There was definitely something for every playstyle. I enjoyed the dropping in mechanic quite a bit. You fly in as a team, you drop in as a team, you literally hit the ground running. There's usually an encampment nearby that you can overrun if you're skilled, despite your starting level being a bit squishy, so be careful in there. However, the initial area is easy enough to handle, allowing you to get through it fairly quickly. Getting around was easy enough, and the parkour was decent. It was easy to recognize where you could wall jump, and there were definitely things that you could do to make traversal easier if you looked hard enough. I actually liked the relic system quite a bit. It was very helpful, very unique mechanic to this game, and I look forward to seeing what else it is that they come up with when it comes down to these relics. So at the end of your expeditions, you will get relics. Make sure that you go to the relic altar and equip the appropriate relics for your build. Once you have leveled up a bit and you have found better weapons, dealing with enemies and field bosses became much easier. I found it best to stay as a squad, but if my team wasn't making good decisions, I at least had enough levels to go off on my own and survive until we regrouped to survive the night. The co-op aspect of the game was a nice change from vanilla Elden Ring, where co-op is minimal in comparison to this. I played the seamless co-op mod on PC with friends before, and that was very cool, so I really dig the concept of Nightreign. With the matchmaking feature, I can always find someone to squad up with, even if my friends were busy. The Night Lord fight was very fun, although I only experienced the end of it once. Randoms and I made it there a few times, but then we died before the end. I'm looking forward to seeing what they continue to do with these modes. Now here are 2 things that I didn't really like, but I was still able to get around. There should be some sort of communication system. Maybe not voice comms, but like a wheel style of communication with options like go here, go there, loot here, rest, level up. This would be more convenient than one person pointing and everyone else either agreeing or disagreeing. It would allow for better communication and avoid ending up at a useless point someone thought was necessary, especially when time is a huge factor in this game. The places to upgrade your flask should be more easily identifiable. I only managed to find a few, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Having easily identifiable locations would be more efficient, similar to how Shadow of the Erd Tree had crosses on the map to signify where you should go and where Shadow Tree fragments were. The bad. I could just be bad with Recluse. This is a very big possibility since I'm no expert on the class. But FP consumption was very high in my opinion. For the only mage type class, it forces you to use a weapon because your FP depletes very quickly. Relying on RNG to get starlight shards before your next grace is not very helpful to a mage, especially when time is of the essence. Perhaps a relic that starts you off with some starlight shards could be introduced in the future. Enemy density could be spread out a bit. For example, you go to an encampment with 15 or 20 enemies, but once you clear it, it's kind of empty until the next encampment. While many regular players will tell you that you don't have to fight everything, having the choice is still nice. There was a special event with the Fell Omen where one of your teammates draws aggression randomly. That's a bit much in my opinion. There's a 50-50 shot that the player can handle it, and if they cannot, it hinders the team because the player who lost takes an increased damage penalty, making them more susceptible to not surviving the rest of the days in the expedition. Now, this could just be a personal preference, but I think leveling should be a little bit faster. It was just okay for me. Maybe we need more time in the eye, more rune requisition, or lower level up requirements, something like that. There were too many times when we would end up at the Draconic Tree Sentinel fight with my rare purple weapon doing less than 200 damage per swing. I'm not saying to increase this to like 50% or something like that, because then you'd be too OP by the end of day 1, but a slight increase would ensure that those who work for it will reach level 15 before facing the Night Lord. The highest level I reached was 13, but mostly ended up fighting the Night Lord at level 12. So spare me with the get good comments, because this was a network test with a build that is still being worked on, and finished as it may seem, not many of us had access to it either. So be nice. In closing, I did enjoy myself thoroughly and will pre-order as soon as possible. It's a big year for games so far, and I'm definitely broke because of it. More content and more classes coming soon will definitely be amazing for this game. I hope it does really well. I also hope that they expand a little bit and maybe do it like Ghost of Tsushima Legends did with the weeklies, challenges, leaderboards, and raids as well. If you played the network test, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're looking forward to the full game, be sure to like and subscribe here. I'm Hollow Jedi, and I'll catch you next time.